Namaskaram. I think I might have to leave the ashram forever. Well, why am I saying that? Recently I talked to my parents about it, and they started planning for me that how am I going to live my life there. So that is why I told them that I am choosing a different path for myself. So please do not choose all that stuff for me. Within myself I know that marriage and all that stuff is not something that I will be doing ever. But in case my parents want and it is something that makes them happy, then I might take up that challenge as well, but it will be challenge for me. So when I heard their plans about me, it just freaked me out in the beginning. Then I told them a little bit that what I want and how am I going about it. So please do not plan all that stuff for me. But I told them that yes, I will be going back and I will be staying back at home unless and until you give me the permission to go to the ashram or do pick up this path, pick up this line. तब तक मैं ये चीज़ नहीं करूँगा. I'll be not doing it. So I'll be doing it with your permission only. But the problem with parents is that they will have this sense of attachment. They will not have this sense of detachment ever. So वो कभी भी मुझे ये permission दे नहीं सकते. So that is why I'm feeling within myself that I might have to stay back at home forever. And उन्हीं छोटी छोटी चीज़ों में इंडल्ज रहना पड़ जाएगा मुझे जो चीज़ों से मैं भागता आ रहा था. So कहीं ना कहीं जो एक sense of intensity that I had towards this seeking, that sense of intensity will reduce to significant level and I would be entangled with every small thing that a person deals with in day to day life. तो ये सारी चीज़ों में मैं बहुत ज़्यादा इंडल्ज होकर रह जाऊँगा and then I will not be able to focus on the sadhana aspect. Definitely I can take up this life as sadhana, I can become a karma yogi, and still things can happen if it has to happen. But the sadhana aspect will for sure be compromised, and being here in the ashram, coming to the ashram, visiting temples, visiting different set of ashrams, visiting gurus and becoming disciples, spending a significant of time with the guru or doing sadhana, and all that stuff will be compromised hugely. Now for them, they will not sacrifice because this attachment will be there. So if I ask them for it, they will not say that yes, leave. If I do not live my life happily back at home as well, because for some days I have been thinking कि कैसे मैं जाके घर में इन सारी चीज़ों से डील करूँगा, because वही छोटी छोटी चीज़ों में वो मुझे वापस से पेसने लग जाएंगे. So I was planning कि whether to make a small hut outside of this home and stay there. I was planning how to make a home outside, a mud house, because I do not want to live in a cement house anymore. Wanted to be in touch with more earth, more ground, and as much as possible I would like to do things that very close to earth, like farming and all, instead of going ahead and working somewhere, because when I'm back at home I'll have to do something about it. Definitely I'll be making videos, but apart from that also, if I have some time, definitely what I can do, usually I feel like teaching, I can go and teach. That's one thing that I can do. But apart from that, I feel like within myself that I do not want to do any job, because even if I doing any job, it will also bind me in it. So that is why I feel like if I avoid job completely, then what else I can do? The farming could be one of those things that I can do. Still, the place where we are living, there's a big land which is still uncaptured and it's not being used, and only the grasses are growing up. So I was planning that I will be making a small hut there, and then I'll be utilizing the small garden. Then I was watching a lot of videos on YouTube that how and what are the different kinds of fruit that you can grow, what are the different kind of vegetables that you can grow throughout the year, so that different part of the year you can grow different vegetables, and you will never run out of the vegetable, and you will be eating what you are growing in your own farm only. So that is what I have been searching. But essentially what remains is that what if the seeking deepens within me? It's already sank into such an extent that right now I am almost liberated from the society. Right now I do not think about whether to live in a cemented house or live in a hut, or I do not have to live under any shelter, live under any roof. I do not think about the food either. There was a part of my life where I got detached from everything. I could not detach myself from the food and the shelter. That is why I planned my financial goal, that was 1.2 crore. This goal was only for my food, my shelter, my basic needs, in my health care, like if anything goes wrong with my health. So for that, so I calculated this a number for basic needs that I had. But right now, the way I experience this freedom within myself, I feel like even I do not need that. So I'm not worried about that either. So right now, even if I do not have a single rupee in my pocket, I'll still survive. That much I know, and I am not even worried about my survival anymore. So I have this sense of freedom within myself that I can go simply, I can wear one single cloth, and then I can start walking on the street and still I'll make a living. So I'm not worried about my living. I'm not worried about how am I going to live on the street. I'll be definitely joyful and better than like in any job or in any kind of different other samsaric environment. So I have this sense of freedom within myself, and that is why I'm taking this path that I'll sacrifice instead of my parents' sacrifice. But this is also, I have to understand that every life I take, I will have parents. In every life I'll take, in those parents will have some set of attachment. So when can I take this path fully? When can I take this path 100%? If some guru happens to me who wants to train me personally, but within myself I will be striving for I'll be striving to know what the life is. The sense of seeking that I'm having within myself, I'll make sure that it deepens more and more and more and more into my life. So these two things I'll make sure that I'm having within myself. And if some guru happens to me and there is a need that I have to leave, then for sure I will leave, because trying to make my parents happy is something going to be very difficult for me, because the way they are living their life, I have tried so many times, try to help them through communication, trying to help them through different set of actions. The only thing is they still do not understand that we are going to die, and since this understanding has not come yet, there is no expectation of anybody trying to listen anything about spirituality. The only moment when you realize that you are having a mortal body and you're going to die one day, and you don't want to live an ignorant life, then only you will be able to become a seeker. And once you become a seeker, there will be various sources through which you can grasp things in a lots of different way. Your sense of perception will enhance like anything. So that will not happen unless and until you become a seeker, unless and until you know that I do not know. And that will not happen unless and until you know that I'm going to die. So most people are living as if they're immortal. So that is why it's a biggest challenge for them as well. But the problem is that they do not even know that's a challenge for them. That's okay. Whichever way they are living, they can live. Everybody is free. But one thing I must tell you before completing this video is that every spiritual seeker thinks people who are living outside are stupid. And every people who are living outside think spiritual seekers are stupid, because they think what these stupid people are doing in their life instead of enjoying the fruits of life. But I must tell you one thing, that all the spiritual seekers has tasted the life that all the other people are living. But all the other people who are living their life in the different part of the world never tasted the spirituality. I will tell you more about it in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.